What's going on? We're back here in the shop today. We're gonna start working on part 2 of this bumper tuck. It's been a few weeks since I've made an update on this. Been working a lot, so let's get this thing fired up and aired up. It ain't been started in about 3 weeks, so let me set y'all down and we'll get her fired up and aired up. Alright, I'm gonna get this bumper bolted all the way back up, lined up to the grill, get rid of the gap, get these bolts back in, pop the grill out, and then we'll start building these filler pieces to make this all match up real nice. So stand by. So what I've done here is I have cut the bumper filler piece that's plastic, and I have cleaned up a piece of, I believe this was 18 gauge, and I am tracing out a couple pieces to start the filling process to meet the bumper to the fender. So you may not be able to see what I've drawn out here, but I can see it, so I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and cut that out. I don't have any fancy tools. Harbor Freight grinder, Harbor Freight cutting discs. That's pretty much how I built this entire truck. Between that and a MIG welder. A couple trial and error mistakes, but it ain't too bad. So. Now we got our piece made. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hopefully this will just fit real nicely. All right. Just gotta trim off just a little bit. All right, this is the driver's side filler piece that I'm making. This mounts to the underside of the fender. Well, it doesn't mount, but it's gonna meet up with it. And then I just cut out a piece of rectangle, same gauge steel, and I just use a hammer over a piece of pipe to kind of get the contour I needed for this. And now I'm about to put a couple tacks on the back side and finish shaping it up. All right, hopefully y'all can see this well. I built my filler piece to fit here, and then just made this piece, and I cut some relief cuts in it so I could contour it to get exactly where I need it. Got some 12 gauge aluminum I'm going to use as a spacer, hopefully. Clamp this here. Line that up. Once I get that exactly where I want it, probably gonna throw a couple tack welds on it and then use a hammer and contour this centerpiece, little weld filling, and then I'll trim this bottom section off. I don't need it coming all the way down here. Once that's done, I'll add a small piece to go from the fender to the bumper, and then I will remake this piece back behind here from the fender to the bumper. I may be able to reuse this. If not, I'm just gonna make a new one. So. Make an adjustment on the welders. A little too hot. All right, so I welded it up, ground it down. I trimmed off this excess piece that was down here. I'm gonna weld this in so it's a little more flush. I don't have so much metal to work with. And then I will shape this back side and the front side and get that finished up. So I'm just gonna weld this real quick and then we'll trim that up here in just a few minutes. All right, as you can see, we've got it welded up. We've got a decent body line gap there. I've just got to shape this section here all the way down, but overall I think it's looking pretty good. Got to build a little filler piece there, no big deal. The grill will probably cover most of that, but I'm not too worried. I'm just gonna put a piece of metal in there anyways, but won't take much body filler, maybe just a touch to smooth it out a little better, but overall it is really smooth. And then I never got good detail, but that's the front piece here. I got to finish welding this, and then we're gonna have to make a valance down here. I'm probably gonna order a new one, cut it up, stitch it back together, and it'll be all right. All right, we're back. Made a bumper filler piece to go right back here. It's gonna follow the contour of the fender, so it'll look nice and uniform right there. I think it'll look better than the other piece of bumper. I think it'll look a little better than this curved piece. Everything's kind of squared up, nice and flat. Get this welded in and get right back with you.